Hey everyone, it's time for a takeover in November. Hello, how's everyone doing? What day is today? Happy Monday. Wow, I already forgot it was Monday. Okay, see how it's going here. Okay, good, I see people. Hello, 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 sister. Hey, Brittany, Amelia, Net. Okay, that's a good name. Laurie, hello. Thanks for joining me in my basement, in the corner, with all my sewing things, where we are going to make a bag. And maybe sing a little bit, and maybe make up words. Whatever. Okay. Happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. So, I am going to make a little bag today, and I'm going to show it to you. It is the Zalmora Crossbody by Country Cow, and this was my practice one. Mistakes were made. There are some holes in this bag that cannot be repaired, but it's okay. It doesn't matter because I learned a lot. So hopefully we won't make the same mistakes today. But this is the Zalmora. And yeah, go to your corner. That's right. Exactly. I'm down here in my corner. So this one was made with wax canvas on the bottom. I don't know. Water resistant canvas on the top, maybe. I don't know if it's water resistant or waterproof, but it's a little thinner. And then I have these vinyl straps right here. A crossbody. I did 2 big zips. I did 2 of Siah's big zippity zips. They're the heart pulls. It's hard to see because it kind of blends in. And this bag on the inside, it's a pretty good sized bag. You can tell. Like, it's a pretty good sized bag. I have a zip pocket. It's all black, so maybe it's hard to see it. Let's see if we can do this. Boop. See, I put one of my awesome Jolie Lee overlays right here. There's a zip pocket here. And then a slip pocket on the other side. I love it. So this one I turned it and burned it. Today we're going to do a binding bag because I'm using slightly thicker material today. And she suggests binding it if the material's thicker. And so I'm going to give it a try binding this one. So anyways, this is what we're going to be attempting to make. And I decided to get crazy or brave or stupid and cut into my Pendleton wool that we got when we were on our little road trip to, Oregon, Washington, Idaho. When we did that trip, we stopped at Pendleton wool. To tell you the truth, I didn't really know what it was till we got there because I was like, we have to go to this place, Pendleton wool. I'm like, okay, never heard of it. And then when we went there, I understood why she was freaking out about it and why it was so good. So I finally cut into this. I was so nervous to cut into it. I sat there for a second and I was just like, I had to make sure I did the cut right. But anyway, so the wool is going to be the top portion of the bag. And then I'm using just gray wax canvas for the bottom portion of the bag. And I went ahead and already made a crossbody strap. And I already made these little D-ring things, but everything else we'll be doing together. So we're going to do a zip pocket, a slip pocket, handles, a little name tag, and then we're going to do all this assembling. Then we're going to turn like this, and then we're going to go and then we turn it again, and we bind, and then we turn it again, and it's done. It's going to be so easy. Okay, so are we ready? I should read comments. You bound both of yours. Okay, good. Yes, Takeover Monday. Today is a Takeover Monday. So Terry, you should totally make this one. It is a cute bag. When I saw it come out, I was like, ooh, I like that one. And Joe from Country Cow, I reached out to see if I could do this, and she was so nice. She's like, yeah, go for it. Let's see. Can't wait to see the finished bag. Yeah, me too. I hope it's okay. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. We're going to move. I'm going to change cameras. Boom. Okay. How's that? Can you see it okay? All right. So tell me if I need to maybe I should raise my camera just a little bit. And then go. Boop. How's that? Is it fine? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect our handle to our top panels. Now, I went ahead and I used webbing. You can do vinyl or you can do whatever you want. I used webbing. And then, sorry, I've got something in my throat. I measured from each end a certain amount. Choop, choop, choop. Boop, boop, boop. Like that. And then I went ahead and I just sewed it together to make this little rolled thing at the top. So I just went ahead and did that because I was just trying to save time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some clips. I have tape on the back of these handles because we have to place these. And so you're going to actually need your pattern piece for this one step. So keep this pattern piece handy when you do this. Now I will tell you what I did wrong the first time and why there's extra holes in my bag. I didn't read the directions for whatever reason. I thought, oh, I can totally get this. And I just assumed that these little slits meant something that they don't. So let me show you what I did. I'm just going to get that on there. Okay. So I was coming along, listening to a podcast, feeling really smug about making a bag without looking at the directions. And just thinking, oh, I don't need to look at this part. It's totally fine. And so I grabbed my handles and I, by the way, this is what not to do, okay? I lined up the bottom with the bottom. And then I lined up the bottom with the bottom. And I thought, well, that looks perfect. And you're all thinking, duh. But I wasn't thinking, duh. I was thinking, perfect. I sewed it on. I put rivets everywhere. I just went rivet crazy. And then when I got to the next step, I realized my handles were so far up that they would curve over the top and overlap. And I thought, what the heck? So then I went back and looked at the directions, and sure enough, they're supposed to go way down here. There's an actual measurement for it. So, how embarrassing. But we learned. So I had to rip it all out and re-sew them, but now there's holes where the rivets were. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so we're going to take, there's a certain marking she gives you. So you know how far to go up. In fact, I'm going to try it on the front side this time. That might be easier. Okay. Beep, boop, boop. Just a little mark is fine. Sounds are always not required, but optional and encouraged. Beep, boop, boop. All right. And then those markings are going to tell us where to place the handles. So, oops. Oh, you did the same thing? Oh, see, I had already sewn all the panels together. I had sewn the exteriors all together. I had to do so much ripping. If anyone saw my little Instagram video of me ripping things out, that's what it was. Oops. I actually sat there for a day or two thinking, do I care about this bag enough? And then I decided I did. Okay, so I am lining up my marking with the top. And then I'm just going to tape it down. So there's going to be an overhang on the bottom, which makes sense because you need it to go into the next seam. But I didn't think about any of that. I just thought, look at me making this pattern without looking. Look, Mom, no hands. Oopsie poopsie. All right. Then you can take this pattern piece off and you're done with that one now. Bye-bye. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to sew up and over and down and across. I'm just going to sew this on and then we're going to put rivets in it. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Oopsie poopsie, Siah. you guys ever do that? You go ahead in a pattern and you think, oh yeah, I don't need to look at this part. Joke's on you, right? I don't know why I even thought that. It's not like I've ever done this bag before. Just having a confident moment. All right. It's Thanksgiving week. I got home 2:30 in the morning on Saturday from helping my daughter out of state and realized that if we were going to have a turkey on Thanksgiving, that it needed to start thawing Saturday. And I hadn't bought one yet. And I had a concert I needed to go to. So I had just enough time to sleep for a couple hours, shower, spend time with my daughter, run to the store and get a turkey, put it in the fridge, change my clothes, and head to a rehearsal and a concert. I got it. So the turkey's in the fridge. Now, do I have anything else to cook it with in the pans? And have I figured out what I'm doing? No, but the turkey is fine. The Americans and our turkey, right? Because Siah's coming. She's going to help me. Siah, are you going to help me? Siah makes the mac and cheese. They're called casoodles. And they're really good. Okay. So I've got my handle sewn on, and I'm going to rivet. I'm going to go boopy boopy. Beepy boppy. You could measure and make it perfect, or you could eyeball it. I shall eyeball it. And if it's not perfect, I will hate it forever. Truth. Okay. You don't have to put rivets in. If you don't have a press or you don't want to do rivets, you can just sew it. This is for a little added strength, but you could just do an extra line of stitching for a little added strength. I do like the way... Oh no! Don't you hate it when you drop a rivet, please? I like the way rivets look. Okay, let me just go to my press. I shall return. You'll probably see my legs. Press. And press. And there you go. That's what it looks like right there. All right, so you do that for both sides. And abracadabra, I already did it for the other side. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, if you want to add a tag, this is a really good time to do it. I like this. I don't know if you guys can see the colorway of this one is kind of the same. But I don't know. Does it match the vibe of beautiful wool, or does it ruin it? What do you guys think? I don't want to ruin my vibe. Probably needs to go about right there. In line with the rivets would look really good, it looks like. Tag or no tag? It matches? Okay. See, all I need is one person to say yes, and I'm like, okay, sounds good. The wool is just so beautiful. You put yours on the inside now. Yeah, sometimes it kind of ruins the... I'm actually being really pompous, I guess, because I'm using a zipper overlay that says musically made by Susan. So I'm doing both. I don't mean to be pompous. But what do we always say? We say a heart wants what it wants. And I think this will look nice. So we're just going to put this tag on real quick. And I do like to pull my threads through, so I'm going to leave it long. And if you put tape on your tag, just try to make sure it stays out of your seam allowance. So your needle doesn't get too sticky, too sticky. Here's the part. It's hard to match it up for me. See how we did. We're going to call that close enough. All right. Pull my threads through. If you've never done this, just hold one in one hand so you don't lose it. You just yank on it and a thread will come loose. You pull it through and then you pull the other side like so. Just tie them together and then you don't have to do a back stitch on the tag. You don't have to do that. It's just if you're being extra. Take a little lighter to it. Just go boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. And that's enough. All right, so we have our top panels. There's the front side. I'm using this as my front side. I like that pattern on the front. And then I'm using this one on my back. Isn't that beautiful? That fabric is so beautiful. I really hope I don't mess this one up. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side and we are going to start working on interior stuff. We'll come back to this in a little bit. Are you keeping this bag for yourself? I have no idea. I don't know. It is beautiful, and I did choose all the colors I love. But like at a certain point, is it possible to have too many bags? Because I feel like I'm getting there. All right. I'm going to do a zipper overlay on mine. The pattern calls for, what's that called, guys? That little strip of fabric that matches this, the zipper or something. And you put it on there and you pull it through. So the pattern calls for that, but it doesn't really matter actually what you do. So I have chosen to do this. So you measure a certain amount down and I'm going to place my overlay. I'm going to find the center of my overlay and I'm just going to do it by putting a little crease in it. Okay, I'm just going to stick that down. Stick, stick. All right, and now I'm going to sew around the outside edge of this overlay before I do anything else. Bite your tongue. Too many bags. Well, you're right. Is that even possible? I don't know. That's why I was asking. Is it possible? I feel bad. I'm like, I want to keep it. I love it, but I don't know. Am I allowed to? What's the rules here? Are there rules for how many bags of your own that you're allowed to keep? What do you guys think? And I did put tape on this, but I just kept it out of where I'm sewing so my needle doesn't get funky. Yes, these are Jolie Lee overlays. Speaking of, I need to order more. This is my second to last one. I've used them all. And I love them. Siah's coming here this week. She's coming on Wednesday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. What are we going to do, Siah? Last year we did something that really made my husband so sad. And this year we need to make up for it. Siah, do you know what it was that we did last year at Thanksgiving that made Bryce so sad? This is your test. I already told him we're going to make up for it this year. Let's see if you know what we did. Yep, We watched Elf without him, you guys. It was against my better judgment. He was, I don't know where he was. He was maybe at work or he was doing something. And Kasaya and the kids were there. And that's how you end Thanksgiving and start Christmas is you watch Elf. And she's like, let's watch Elf. And I said, we can't do that without Bryce. He'll be so sad. And she goes, it'll be fine. You can just watch it again with him later. And so I was like, all right. And so we did. And he found out that we watched Elf and he was devastated and he would not watch it with me later. He was like, no, you watched it without me. I'm not watching it this year. Christmas isn't happening. And he's brought it up multiple times throughout the year that we watched Elf without him. And he cannot believe that we did that. And so when he said yesterday, so what are we going to do when your sister's here? And I said, well, first, we're going to watch Elf. And he said, with me or without me? I said, absolutely with you, Bryce. So, Kasaya, we need to make it a big deal somehow. I don't know what we can do I know the betrayal, right? Oh, I can't believe we did that. All right, I'm going to cut out the inside of this, being careful not to damage the overlay. I'm just going to kind of cut all the way here. I can't believe we did that. So he's brought it up multiple times that when we watch it, it better be with him. I think we need to make him a little space. I don't know if we go get him an elf shirt. We've got to do something, Siah, so help me think about it. Maybe we can find a temporary elf tattoo for him. We could all do temporary elf tattoos. That feels so special. Since he's always afraid I'm going to get a tattoo with you, we can get a tattoo with him. Temporary, of course. I like to turn it upside down so I can see a little bit better because I don't want to accidentally cut that overlay. Let him wear the Santa hat. Yeah, I think he's going to need to. He'll be all right as long as we don't do it to him 2 years in a row. Okay, so we have our lining panel. We've got our zipper lay down. Make a comfy chair seat for him. Make him feel special. Yeah, I actually think we'll do that. We'll go all out. He'll love it. I want to say he's just as easily like happy as he is mad, right? Like it was very upsetting to him. But if we give him a little love and do something special, he'll be so happy. He'll come around so fast. You know what I should do? I should put a zipper on this. A zipper pull. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're going to make our pocket, but I better put my zipper pull on before I forget. Because I can see myself forgetting. This lining material is Luxe from Wonderground. This is a light canvas. Also from Wonderground. I just got it when we went there. Went on a bit of a shopping spree, I'll be honest. Okay, this is the part I can never think of. Okay, so, yeah, okay. I've got my lining pocket face up. Make him noodle syrup and pop for dinner. Oh my gosh, that's actually really funny. Hello from Norway. Okay, his favorite snacks. Yeah, I think we're going to do it up. So I've got tape on the bottom of this. This is the right side up, all right? And I'm going to tape my zipper, also right side up, with my pull to the... No. See, I'll get this. Huh. I have to put it in upside down, so I always have to think about this. Yeah, no, that's right. I pull to the left. Kasaya, you better stop me before I put any stitches that are wrong in this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing this in here, and then I'm going to be stitching with this pocket facing up just along the bottom. Unless Kasaya says stop. This is not the way it is in the pattern. This is Kasaya's way that she does it, and I'm trying to remember it. Okay, so I'm taking off the top of the bottom of the tape, and I'm just gonna go la 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 la. That's the sound of placing your zipper in there. She said that's right. Yes. Siah, do you place the top part too? Maybe I should just unstick the top part while I'm at it. Stop me if you want, but I'm doing it. I'm not going to sew the top part, but I am going to just tape it down. Okay. So I have right now, my panel is facing, oh, she said no. Well, it's too late. It'll be fine. My panel is facing right side up. I have my zipper with my pull to the left, and underneath it, I have a pocket piece, and it's attached to the bottom of the zipper, and it's up out of the way right now. In a minute, we're going to put it down. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to stitch on the bottom of the zipper overlay, and then we'll do the other side. We'll add the other pocket in. Once again, just to be extra, I'm going to leave my threads long, but you do not have to. You do you. It is the inside of the bag. I don't think anyone's ever going to inspect it, but I'll know. I'll know in my heart of hearts. All right, let me pull those real quick. Hey, Smiley-Jen. So the person from Norway, Bright Pop. Wait, are you the one that just did that popcorn bag? Why do I know your name? Is that you? Are you popcorn bag person? You can attach both pocket pieces on your zipper, split the pocket lining. Yeah, I have seen that done too. It's a great idea. All right. If you're new here, I'm Susan. I'm Kasaya's sister. I take over her channel once a month. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. Except to have fun, I guess. All right, so now I am going to take, do you like how I have to think about this? I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to tape it on the top of the zipper, just like so. Okie dokie. Jen, you've been missing the lives lately? Well, I'm glad you're here today. Ready for Thanksgiving? I will be. We're gonna go to our parents' house. My mom's quite the decorator, actually. She loves to set a good table. So we said, Kasaya and I will cook the food, and she will make the presentation beautiful. Because I can't be bothered with that. All right. Now, if everything's right, I'm going to go bloopity, bloppity, blop. I'm going to connect the other side that I hadn't done yet. So I'm going to go up one, starting right where I left off. And I've got my pockets now facing down. And if you have a domestic machine, you might want to hand crank over the zipper if it's being naughty. Ah, and I forgot to put my needle down. Good job, me. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull those through. And then we're going to sew down the sides of the pockets. But we're not going to close the... Oh, wait. Let me think. Nope, we're not going to close the pocket. We're going to do that later. There's one part where you have to turn it through the pocket, even if you're binding. When we get to that part, you're going to see me awkwardly look at the directions a lot. You are the popcorn designer. Okay, I just saw someone else's version of it today. It looks really cool. Jen, what about you for Thanksgiving? Yeah, going somewhere, staying home? Is anyone traveling? I'm glad to be staying home. We're traveling for Christmas, so I'm glad I get to stay home for Thanksgiving. Okay. So you can do this a couple different ways. There's a little bit extra on one side here. It won't really matter, but what we're going to do is we're going to fold up the pockets just to make a nice finished edge, and I'm just going to fold them up even. You can trim the extra, but I'm just going to fold them to where they're even. Foldy fold. And then I'm going to fold that one and match it. And then when I sew down the sides, that fold will be there. It's just going to make it easier later when we want to finish the pocket. Oh, you're going to Parker, Colorado. Hey, I know why. You've got kids there. That's so cool, Gloria. Gloria is Miss New Mexico. And we love her. And she made us Navajo tacos, and I will never forget. Okay, now I'm going to sew down the side. Close the sides up, but not the bottom. Oh, and I've got to do the top, too. How embarrassing. I should have done that all at once. Well, that's all right. And I'm going to turn and do like a 45-degree angle at the end. Well, I didn't quite make 45 degrees, but I came in and I went in a little bit. And that's for when you finish it later. It just helps. According to Jo from Country Cow. I tend to believe her because this is her pattern. Okay, so I'm going to fold all this. Start out like this. Go 45 degrees. A little back stitch to make sure it's nice and sturdy. Okay. This time I'm going to come up and I'm going to go all the way across and close that pocket up. What did I do wrong? Oh, I already closed the pocket up. Huh. I forgot. This is a different kind of pocket. We don't have to go across the top, just the sides. The top was closed when I did the stitching up there. So we are all good. Let's see. You decided no turkey this year, bought a nice ham. Oh, see, that's nice too. Ham's really, really good. I do love a good turkey. If it's good. If it's dry, then it's just like, why are we eating this? All right, so that's what it looks like. All right, so we're gonna open that for later. You should have a pocket, but it's not finished yet. Okay, so we're gonna lay that aside and we're gonna do our next lining pocket. Okay, it looks just exactly the same. We're gonna make a couple markings on this. You're gonna mark your centers on your lining. And when you lay this out, remember that you've got these like wings here. The wider wings are the bottom, the more narrow wings are the top. So that'll be important to know. So you're gonna make another marking a certain amount up from the bottom and center that. And that's gonna be where you're gonna lay this pocket. I don't know. I'm doubting myself. I'm just going to check my measurement really quick. I'm having a moment. If I'm right, I will say ding ding. If I'm wrong, I'll say wah wah. Ding ding. Okay. Okay. Where's my middle? There's my middle. Beep, boop, boop, boop. All right, so I'm going to take my right sides together. I'm using the shiny size as my right side, but I actually never know if that's for real. Okay, and I do want to fold. Oh yeah, I need to make one more mark on this one. What's the best way to do this, I wonder? I'm gonna put some tape on it, I guess. And I'm going to be folding the top edge to make a nice finish edge. On both of them. How is your daughter doing in the military? Can't remember her name and branch. That's okay. Coast Guard. She's in the Coast Guard, which I never knew much about, I'll be honest. And I just went there to help her move off the ship and into an apartment. And I got to tour the ship. It was actually really cool. All those, there's like pipes and knobs and numbers, and she was explaining what everything was. I was kind of blown away. I had no idea. She's like, everything has a purpose and a meaning, and she was right. It's really cool. She was kind of explaining to me, you know, parts of her job, and oops, I was about to mark the wrong end. As we know, that's very embarrassing. Okay. So she's doing great. She is living for the first time ever in her life in an apartment. She's only 18. So we took multiple trips to Walmart and got everything she needed. And so now when they are docked, she can live on land. She doesn't have to stay on the ship full time. That is going to help the winter blues, I do believe. And I encouraged her to get into some kind of a winter sport. So she doesn't, you know, she's a girl who needs sorry, I messed that tape up. She needs sunlight and activity, and so she is going to do snowboarding. So she found a snowboard someone was selling for super cheap and some boots to go with it. And she's going to get like a locals lift pass that's just right there by Duluth. And it's going to be awesome. She's on the Great Lakes, I can tell you that. Great Lakes. They actually got called out to an emergency while I was there visiting her. So that was a bummer. But it is what it is. I'm like, it's your job. You got to go. Okay, wow, sorry, that was way more complicated than it needs to be. Someone's doing Hungry Man, TV dinners, and a pie. See, you're living the good life, Stacy. We're gonna be cooking all sorts of food. Siah, we should rethink our life a little bit. We have some, you know, Thanksgiving is pretty funny, actually. It's a lot of work for a couple seconds of eating, but I do love it. I do love it. The food's fantastic. And anytime someone suggests that we don't do it, I get sad. So one of these days, I will get over it, I suppose. I think I love the leftovers even more. All right, sorry, didn't need to be so complicated. But so we've got those edges folded down, and now I'm going to go right sides together, and I'm going to sew up the sides and the bottom. You know, I feel like I did this wrong. I'm going to look at the thing, because now that I'm realizing how I attach it on there, just a second. You like the cooking? Yeah. Me too. Oh, no, that's right. Silly me. That's right. Sides and bottom. Let's do it. Then we're going to trim it, turn it, burn it, put it on the pocket, or put it on the lining. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'm just going to trim my corners. Hi, Helen. How are you? Thanks for joining. We're making a Zalmora Crossbody by Country Cow. All right, turn this baby. Hi, Marty. How are you? Long time no see. Sorry, I had a chopstick in my mouth. All right, so you're just going to kind of press it out. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to see if I can press this seam with my little roller. Home cooking is always the best. But for what I spend, I can go out to eat. Feed myself, my husband, and daughter-in-law for less money. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I think if there's only 3 of us, I'm not sure I would do the full meal. But this is a small Thanksgiving for us. There's only going to be 8 of us, which is really small for what we normally do. But it's going to be great. Okay, so I do need to find the center of my pocket. I feel like I did something wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. Wow, I keep doubting myself. It's fine. Okay. Find the center. Where's my pen? Rainbow roller. I got it at one of the expos. And I love it. Love it. It's from Wonderground. Okay. So you could tape this on, I suppose, but I never do because I don't know what to do with the tape after. So I'm going to top stitch the top of it closed, and then we're gonna sew the whole thing on. Okay. And because a heart wants what it wants, I do need to just do one more across the top. So please hold. You know me, I just love me a good double stitch. My stitching's looking weird. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have done that. Ha. Well, looks like my bobbin thread looks really good. And my top thread just looks like a line. All right. Let me just rethread it real quick because I don't want that. Nope, nope, nope. I'm just going to re-put everything really fast and see if that does it. I flipped it because I got confused what side I was on. But can you see? I don't know if you can see that. But I'm just going to rethread it real quick. Ooh, you got some SiahSwag goodies out for delivery? Yes. Good morning. How's it going, Melissa? You love the cooking but hate the cleaning, Rose? Yeah. Yep. Because by the time you're done cooking, you're exhausted. And you sit and eat this great dinner, and then you've got this mess in the kitchen. Unless you are cooking with my sister and I, because we have an unspoken thing we do. We never talk about it, but we just do it. If we're both in the kitchen, we're cooking and cleaning at the same time. We're constantly cleaning each other's pots or our own as we go. And then we always laugh after and say, that's funny. I do that too. All right, I'm going to take the bobbin out really quick too. Hey, Kat. I don't know if you guys have seen Kat's post, but dang. She's been looking good, feeling healthy. How are you doing? That is why we make a good team, Siah. We just know. We know that just as important as the good food on the table is, not having a mess when we're done is super important to both of us. Okay. Hopefully that's better. But anyway, so you're going to center your pocket on here. And you're going to sew down the sides and the bottom. You can split it if you'd like. I split my last one. Should I split it? I'll decide when I get there. How about that for craziness? It's out of control, right? I haven't even decided yet. I'm doing it. We're splitting it. It's happening. It's happening. I think I'm going to go over one stitch and not come down on the same one because that bothers me sometimes. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, so we have our 2 lining pockets done. Our upper panels with the handles are attached. Our tag is on. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Cute. And then we have this one. Zippity zip. We have these guys. All right. So next we're going to attach the bottom panel to the top exterior. All right. So here's how we go. Doesn't matter which side for mine. Yes. Okay. So you're going to go right sides together, and these little, the webbing's going to stick out a little bit. That's okay. You're going to end up top stitching that down in to your layers. All right. So we're just going to take a few clips here. We're going to sew across, and then we're going to open it up, and we're going to top stitch towards the bottom. All right, we're just going to clip both sides real quick. And I did put Decaville Light on these layers. She has different options in this pattern. You can do it so that the bottom half of the bag is all one continuous piece. I did it in 2 pieces that I pieced together. She also has directions for finishing it up, and then so boxing corners and turning it, which I did on my first one. The boxing corners on this one is kind of a mind bender at first, but what up, Carrie Pectel? How's it going? Are you in Oklahoma or what? All right, we're gonna sew these babies up just at your full seam allowance, and then turn it out to top stitch. Once again, I'm using Pendleton wool, which makes me very nervous. We got it on our trip, and I haven't used it yet, but I just thought this bag would be gorgeous with it. And then I saw her post a bag, this bag that they did in Pendleton wool. I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know why it just calls for it, but it does. Okay. Come here, you. Oh, you love getting scraps off of Etsy. That's such a great idea. Yeah, even my little baby scraps that I cut out from these corners, when I was cutting this, I kept them. I thought, I have to do something with that. I actually cut out another one of these that I was going to practice before today because I was so nervous to use this material. But I was only home yesterday and I was busy all day. So, nope. No practicing. It's all good. Okay, so I've stitched that together, right sides together, and now we're going to turn the seams toward the bottom. Okay, you want all your extra stuff towards the bottom, and we're going to do some top stitching. And you know I'm doing more than one row. I have to. Just have to. which is what I did on my practice one that I had to rip out. And I thought, why did I do 2 rows? I regret nothing. But I need another row. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Isn't that just, don't you just want to die when you see that? Okay, let's do the other one. Let's see. Boom, wait. Boom. And towards the back. Just kind of finger press it. Wax canvas loves to be finger pressed. It's awesome. It just like goes right into place. Gotta show a close-up. Okay, I will. The light's not great when I go close-up, so I'll try to figure out how to make it better. Homework and work in the big state of Oklahoma. Carrie, I'm so jealous. You're living a life. You're the best life ever. All my friends took a vote. Okay, one more stitch on this one, and then I'll show you this before we start assembling the minions. It's almost time to start putting some layers together and put a top zipper on. Not the home stretch though, not by any means, because the assembly takes a minute. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that, or is the light terrible? Mwah. All right, so let's start with our front. Okay, next we're going to take our zippity zip. I never use white. And I was hesitant, but then I thought just a little pop of white, I think looks nice. All right, I am just going to re-look because before I mess up on the wool, I want to make sure this step is exactly right. Okay. No, I was right. Okay, so we're going to take the zipper, and I'm going to grab... Sorry, my chair's so loud. It's embarrassing. I'm just going to grab that to hold that down for a minute. I'm going to take my zipper, and I'm going to go right side down along the top edge. And I don't know if this tape will even work on this wool or not. But we are about to find out. Oh, yeah, it's sticking. It's going to stick enough. Okay, you can baste it right now, but I used tape, and so I'm not going to sew it. It's taped on there. And then you're going to grab one of your pocket linings. I want my zipper to be in the back of my bag. And so hopefully I'm thinking about this right. I'm going to put my lining with my slip pocket, sandwiched, keeping the handle down out of the way. And I'm going to sandwich that here. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to find the center of this bad boy. I should have done that before. I did not. Okay. I'm going to slap a little more tape on this, you know, for funsies. Thanks, Annette. I love these colors. I'm laughing because it seems like lately I'm picking blues, greens, blacks, and browns. I guess I'm on a kick. I did cut one out to practice on of different colors because I thought, no, I need to branch out. I'll show it to you. I mean, it's pretty, but my heart doesn't feel much when I look at it. Okay. All right, so I've got the exterior and the zipper right sides together. And then I have the lining with the zipper in between. So the lining's face down. And I'm gonna go ahead and sew this up at 1/4 inch seam allowance. And my zipper's not on yet. My zipper pull's not on yet. That will come later. That is on purpose, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I did not forget to put my zipper on my tape. Believe it or not, it's just me. Now we're going to just flip this and top stitch. Flippy flip, pressy press. You know what? I like to do it the other way. It just helps me pull better. Probably doesn't make sense because then all this is in here, but it's just more coordinated. All right, I'm going to go a longer stitch here and top stitch this baby. Come here, baby. Why is it sticking? I don't know. I'm nervous for this part. Come, my precious. Just, oh, I'll go look at my test version. Yeah, if you're just coming on, I can show you what this bag is. It's the Zalmora. And there was my tester. Do, 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 do. So that's what we're hoping. We're hoping it comes out. Look at that. wool is definitely thick when you fold it over. Sorry, I'm taking my time here because I do not want to have to rip this wool out. I think it would hurt my heart. Okay, let's see how we're looking. Oh, it looks good. I'm not gonna press my luck on this one and do a double. A single will suffice. Okay. We shall do our other exterior. Face down. My bottom fabric is wax canvas. There's like 2 different weights that Wonderground sells. It's the lighter of the 2. I don't remember what the numbers are. And both of them have Decaville Light on the back. I have to show you really quick. For the other one I cut out that I was practicing with, I decided to try the bottom section. I decided to quilt it and I did it with foam instead. And so it came out like this. So that's good. That was the other one that I was going to practice on, but I didn't get to it yet. So maybe that'll work. We'll see. Yeah, 12 ounce sounds right. How did the wax not melt off? Well, I think it did a little bit. Because my Teflon sheet definitely got stuff on it. And I thought, oops. So I don't know, guys. I don't know if you should follow my example. I just did it. And then I said, oops. So there's that. Okay. So same deal. We're going to get the other lining. Get a little more tape and we're going to put it here. And we're going to sew 1/4 inch on the other side. Yeah, after I had put the Decaville onto the wax canvas, I read somewhere, don't heat press to your wax canvas. I was like, whoops, too late. So, I don't know. It doesn't look bad. I just have one Teflon sheet now that I will use for wax canvas. And I just won't mix it with the other ones. You use double-sided tape with interfacing wax canvas. Oh, okay. I'm going to try that next time. I do like wax canvas a lot. All right, so now I'm taking my zipper pocket that we prepared and I'm putting it face down onto the zipper. Okay, and now we're going to sew all that together. You also use fabric tack. Okay, yeah. I wonder if you could just heat the deck of a light enough to get it sticky, then place it on the wax canvas. That's a good idea. Well, I guess I did the no-no, right? I used the heat press and I just stuck it on there. So, don't follow my example. All right, now I have to figure this out. Where am I? Okay, so now we're doing the same thing where we're gonna just pull this out and top stitch this. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, 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 ooh. This fabric. What is wrong with me? Why do I think these are so beautiful? I'm sewing now. Sorry if I don't see all the comments, guys. Hopefully you can talk amongst yourselves. I'm not coordinated like Siah where I can just like read it while I'm sewing. You wouldn't get the deck of a light to heat up enough to stay melted enough in place after the adhesive cools pretty fast. Well, it looks like we need to do some Decaville / wax canvas experiments. Okay. Got it? Got it. Okay, so here's what we have. Next, I'm going to take my bottoms together, right side to right side. And I'm going to sew that together. But I do, at a certain point, we actually have to pull the zipper all the way apart. So just a second. Hold, please. Okay. Yep, that was right. I'll make sure I do these next few steps in the right order. Okay, so we're going to sew the bottom exterior right side together with your full seam allowance. And then we're going to rip the zipper apart. Oh, you know what? I think I need to mark the zipper first. Let me try something. So open it up. And just so the next part, because we're going to be taking the zipper apart, and you want to be able to get it back together straight. And so just take like that. And I'm just kind of marking where they go together. So I know where the zippity doodah is. Okay. Hopefully those lines don't fade. Oh, they might fade, huh? I'm gonna use another pen too. All right. Now we're gonna do this. You can see some of the Decaville lights coming off the wax canvas a little bit. Just needs to stay long enough for me to stitch it all. Okay. Now, this is the part where you're going to actually pull your zippers apart. Dun, dun, dun. You ready for this? It's scary, right? Okay. So now you've got this big monstrosity. And you're gonna be sewing on either side of this bottom seam. So you want to open your seam up, aka butterfly. And I think that the wax canvas responds really well to the seam roller to get that opened up. So I am going to spin just a minute and do that. I'm just going to open it up with my fingers here. Yeah, thank you, Valerie, for saving me. The pull on this one goes after this next couple steps here. And then we will put it on. But I do usually need help remembering, so never be afraid to tell me. Okay, I've got my seam nice and open. That seam roller helped a lot. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check my bobbin. It's getting awfully curly, and that usually happens at the end. It's not the total end, but I'll just put a new one in. Might as well. Oh, it's my top one that's curly. Embarrassing. That's funny. Well, tricked me. All right. Top stitching time. Down either side of the center. And even though I did use the seam roller to open it, I'm still going to just press my fingers because it wants to roll back up. Oops, I did a little bit of crazy driving at the end there, but it's okay. All right, go down the next side real quick. And then we are going to attach the lining bases together, just like we did this. This is the part in the pattern where I'm going to start checking instructions more, just so I do things in the right order here. So I'm pretty sure the lining's next. Okay. All right, and I think this is where we are next. Woo! Pieces and parts. Yep, lining. You do need to try to wax canvas one of these days. I think it's awesome. So there's this bag, or there's this store where my daughter is stationed, and we went to it. She wanted to take me there because it's basically a bag company. They make all these incredible bags. A lot of them are canvas, wax canvas, and leather. It was really cool. But I did the annoying thing of, I could make that. Some of them I could. Some of them were beyond me. But they're like little pouches and little things like that. And they were selling for a lot of money. I was like, whoa. Okay, so we're going to attach right sides together, our bottom lining. Same thing, full seam allowance. And then we will butterfly it open and top stitch along both sides. But this part's harder because you have to... I'll have to open the bag up and kind of squish it through. We are turning into our mother. She used to always say, I could make that. We're like, we don't want you to make it. We just want to buy this one. She's like, I can make that. And now I look at things and I think, oh, maybe I could make that. Okay, so this is the part, this time when you top stitch each side. And I suppose if you didn't want to top stitch this, if your machine was giving you fits, it wouldn't hurt anything. This is just the inside lining. But if you can, then you're going to top stitch on either side and it's going to hold those seams down for you. And I would like to, so I'm going to. It's just a little trickier. I'm just getting my right hand underneath it to split it open, and then my left hand is just pressing it down like that. Bye, Rose. Have a nice meeting. Oh, I hate it when I don't put the needle down. That's the worst. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this because the wool is definitely thicker than my other one was. To get it out of the way. Or if I could just peek down here. I'm just peeking through the little tunnel. It's totally working. That was awesome. Okay. Now I have to somehow get it out of here. Hey. All right, one more side. I'll go as far as I can this way before I peek back under like a creeper. All right, I'm gonna do the tunnel again. Do you see me? I'm gonna look inside here. Oh my gosh. Ah, what's happening? Okay. I don't know what's happening. Here we go. Whee! Got it. All right, let's see. Got some threads. Now we have pieces attached. I find it easier to put the upper fabrics behind the needle and start at the back. Oh. Yep, that would have been great. But I did it the other way. All right, if you want to put purse feet on, you would have done it right before this lining step. All right, so just watch it when you're doing it that way. Okay, we are doing the binding option. So if you're doing the pattern, there's two options, and you're going to skip over to page 17 for this next part to do the final assembly. All right, so here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to flip it all like this. Flip it back to the right side so we can put our zippers on. And we're going to add some D-ring tabs. Okay. So I'm using just these little pulls. And I'm using two, so I'm going to come both ways here. All right. Ah, zipper pulls flying. Okay, I have to ask this question. Did anyone see Wicked yet? I went and saw it. Oh my goodness, it was so good. But I love the music from Wicked. And it's been a while since I've listened to it. So I was like singing along, and it's good stuff. I am bummed that it was just part one though. I was all part one. I don't know it was going to be split. They do that to torture us. What do you think? Nope, wrong side. Yes, Linsaw is amazing, right? I agree. It's amazing. Just don't watch any of the interviews with the two leads because I don't know what's going on with them. That's a whole other story. Most awkward, strange interviews to ever watch, and I can't do it. But the show itself is so good. It lived up to your hope. Good, me too. All right, what's happening for me here? Now I have popular. I want to be popular. Well, those aren't the words. I said it wrong. I can't do big movies on opening week. Yeah, you know, normally I don't either, but I was with my daughter and we just got tickets and it wasn't even stupid crowded actually. I guess I was really unaware that it was even opening night. We were just like, hey, let's go to the movies. What's showing? Kind of a thing. Oh, phew. That end was being a little funky. Okay. Let me get the other one facing the other way. Ooh, this bag is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Ooh. I suppose I could give it as a Christmas present, but it would need to be someone who appreciates the wool. You know what I mean? Would take care of it. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we got it. Yep, okay. Awesome. So next thing we're gonna do we're going to, just with this top layer and the lining layer, not the bottom part, we're just gonna base this across. Okay. And that's just so when we're messing with it, that the zipper pulls don't come off. I think. But I'm gonna go all the way across too, just to hold the layers together. Okay. Bada bing. Oh, thanks, Cindy. The material is just to die for. To die for. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, what's happening to me? Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we've basted the sides. All right, so now you're going to attach the D-rings. And I did webbing. You can do just thinner material if your machine can't handle it. But I figured this machine would be fine. It's fine, right? Right. You know what I'm gonna do right now? It's gonna make it easier. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the end of my zipper off. I cut my zipper a little bit bigger than what she called for, just because, like I said, I was a little extra nervous with this wool. And I wanted to give myself room to screw up without screwing up. You know what I mean? I'm going to just light that, seal that zipper. Okay. Now, we are going to take this D-ring, we're going to center it, and we're going to put it on. And the other side. Okay. All right, so now we have this. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it so pull this out. And this is where, when you start pulling and turning, your wax canvas starts to look wrinkly, and that's actually kind of cool. That's kind of what you're going for. So you're going to pull it out so you have the exterior right sides together and the lining right sides together. All right. Now what you're going to do first is you're going to take your exterior bottom and then your exterior top, and you're going to sew that together. All right, you can do that on both sides. Let me get some clips here. And the exterior bottom is longer than the exterior top, so you're actually going to kind of just like smush it and make it line up. Just have a little talk with it. Say, come here, you. Come here, you little thing. And then you're going to be sewing this at the full seam allowance. And then you're doing the same to the other side. I'm going to clip both sides while I'm at it. While I'm in the clipping mood. Things are flying. I see the violin on your wall. Do you play the violin? I play the violin a little. You would never want me to play for you for very long. I had to learn all of the instruments back in the day so that way I can teach any type of music. And so if I had a class of beginners, I could teach them how to play strings. But I would bring someone else in with much better tone than me and technique to help me. Or I would spend a lot of time practicing. That's for sure. All right. Here we go. Remember that you do have a D-ring right here. So just be aware of where it is. All right. Full seam allowance. Okay. Boop, boop. Smell, I need some water. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. My Decaville has shifted a little bit, so I'm just finagling it to get it under the seam. Okay. All right. So looks like this, right? And now we're going to take the lining and do the same thing. So you're going to come up and you're going to attach it to this top portion and just go straight across at full seam allowance. Does it? My machine has been making, honestly, a few strange sounds, and I don't know why. So hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. You know what? I've got to make sure that this doesn't bunch up. Now I have the music from Wicked in my head. Ah. Not that there's anything wrong with that necessarily. Okay. Second verse, same as the first. So this side together, full seam allowance. It doesn't sound bad, it just sounds different. Yeah. It is a different model. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Not a different model. It's a different, well, it's the same model, but slightly different. I don't know. It's newer. So she said there's something about it that's different. I don't know. I don't know. I had my orchestra concert on Saturday night, guys. It was mostly really good. There was a couple funky spots. I told the orchestra in rehearsal, I said, look, guys, if you see me giving you the look, and they know what the look is. If you see me giving the look, or you see both of my hands all of a sudden get really, like, very robotic, because I usually do one thing with one hand, and my hands are doing different things, but if I all of a sudden go, that means we are not together and you better watch me. And so there was a couple parts where they started pulling apart and I did my thing and they responded. And so we didn't totally fall apart. So it was great. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the bag through the zipper pocket. That I need to open. And I have to do this right. This is the part that's good. I have to turn it so that it's turn it so lining is right side out. Okay. I do not like to turn. I do not like to turn. It makes me crazy. It makes me tired. I do not like to turn. people. Wait, I have to think about this. It says turn so the lining is right side out. Oh my gosh. Woo! Give me a minute. I'm going to try something here. We'll do this for a minute. So I'm not leaning over. You had a heck of a time turning yours when you made mine. Yeah. All right. Sorry, it's going to take a minute. I couldn't find my glasses, so I've been squinting this whole time. I had them yesterday at church, and I decided to go to choir practice after church, and I had my glasses, and I don't know where they are. And at one point, I owned 1,000 pairs of reading glasses. Can't find any of them. Oh. If you make sounds, it might help. Let's try it. Roar! Roar! It's helping. Roar. Yep, roar. Oh, I see what they mean. Okay. I did the other bag the non-binding method, so this is my first time turning it this way. I didn't do it this last time. So lining is right side out. And the interior is right side in. Yeah, and this pocket can just, I guess, fly free in the wind. Fly free, little pocket. All right. Now, I didn't have like elastic binding that matched my interior. So I'm just doing the contrasting and the contrasting thread to this, which isn't going to look great. I could change my thread out, or I could cut a strip of this that would match and everything would blend. But we're going to go for it. It'll be okay. It's fine. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna have to clip it. So on this portion, when you bind this, we're gonna just the most important thing, okay, you know what? I just see some threads and I'm just gonna go clip, clip. This corner right here. She's like, you wanna lay your corner flat and you wanna make sure that all of your layers are all caught in that. And so you lay it flat, get all your layers in there. And I'm gonna put a few clips even extra on the side just to really get it in there. And I'm gonna clip this first, and then I'm gonna put the binding on it just so it doesn't slip. In fact, I wonder. Yeah, I think we're gonna baste it before we bind it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it all at once. Okay, so once you have one corner nice and flat and tight, you're going to take the other corner, once again, both layers, and you're going to make that lay flat too. Like that. And I'm just checking to make sure I have both linings and both exterior. Yeah, like that. Just like this. Okay, now it's important to know that you have these seams on the inside of your bag. They don't match up on this portion, and that's okay. And I'll show you. They're not supposed to line up. Do you see this, this? So this seam and this seam are not going to line up. And that happens in this portion right here. So the important part is that the corners are flat and together, not that the seams in the middle are lined up. Okie dokie pokies. Okay, so you have this here, and we're going to baste that. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and clip all 4 corners and then baste all 4. I think it's just going to be faster for me. Siah, Susan's such a pro. No, I'm not. But I watched the video. I watched Joe's video. She has a great video on this, you guys. Come to me for discussion and little quips of life. Go to her to know how to make this bag. All right. It's cute. She did a sew along of this too. In her actual instructional video, she does the non-binding method. And then she just recently did a sew along that you can just look up. And her and her sister did it together. So she kind of did the instructing and all the clipping. And then she would hand it to her sister at the machine who did all the sewing. And they're twins. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. Woo. So these layers are slippy. That's why I'm taking a hot minute, because I really want to get the corners lined up. And I don't want to lose the exterior, kind of like likes to slip in. All right. Well, hi, Desiree. Okay. I'm going to clip the next side before I worry about the centers. Once again, the corners are what are important on this, not the center. Come here, you little thing. Behave. Ooh, this part feels harder for some reason. Oh, because it's the side that has the... No, I don't know why it feels harder. I'm all trying to make a reason for it. No, there's no reason. Gotcha. Okay. Nope, it shifted. Whew. Sorry. It's because I'm using this Luxe, I think, and the wool. And they are both very independent-minded. And they want to do their own thing. And I need to make them be a team. Come on, guys. Same team. Same team. Holy Toledo. Shake out the hands. Okay. They talked about you and Kasaya on the sew-along. What? I only watched the binding part. I didn't know they did that. What did they say? They say, there's these other two sisters in the United States. And they're a bit of a hot mess. But one of them knows what she's doing. And the other one knows how to entertain. But don't shh. Yes, yes, it was worth it. It was worth the fight because that, my friends, is a beautiful corner. Come here, beautiful corner. I love you. Don't be sad. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, this wax canvas side is so much thinner. There we go. Phew. That was a fight worth fighting because now it's laying really nice. All right, bear with me. We're just going to clip it all while we're at it. I clipped the exterior and then added the lining. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's try that. At least one of them. Wendy's a genius. It really, really worked. That worked. Yeah. Clip the exterior corner first. Nice and straight. And then add the lining to it. Well, Wendy, you win the prize. You just cut out another vestibule wallet to sew up. That's cool. Did you do a video, Siah? I'm sorry that I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. Ooh, you're edge painting? Go, girl. I edge painted once. It was not great. But I'm going to try it again because I have an idea for our 12 days of sewing Christmas. I have an idea for a video. But it's going to require me to edge paint. So I need to practice. On the first day of sewing Christmas, SiahSwag sewed for me. Bum, 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 bum. Uno más. Okay. I know. I think when I edge painted it, it would have been better if I wasn't doing just one layer. I think that was really silly of me. I enjoyed the process a lot. It didn't come out as well as I would have liked it to, is all. All right. Here we go. So we have all of our sides clipped. We're going to we're going to sew them together. And then we are going to put the binding on. Oops. I hate it when I clip them upside down, don't you? It's the waste. Okay. Side number 3, coming at you. And side number 4. Yes, I am going to put stabilizer in the bottom. I think that happens next. Right after. I'm really glad you said that, actually. You actually kind of like put it in here. Wait. Yeah, I do it before I close the cloud. No, shoot. I missed it, didn't I? I missed it. I missed my chance to put the stabilizer in. This is me thinking. If I open up one of these, can I still slip it in? No, it's before the pocket. That's right. Okay. I'm all thinking, did I miss that step? Okay, so we've got our sides. Once again, you can use whatever you want for binding. I'm using this just because I have it and it's what I know. Is it the best possibility? I don't know. Could something be better? Possibly. So I'm going to try something here. I wonder if I just go like this. See, I'm going to go right side to right side on the edge. And then I'm just going to fold it over it. So there's a finished edge. Yeah, we'll try that. Just going to pull it a little bit. Ooh, it's not quite straight. She does give you a measurement for what to cut the bindings to, but I'm just going to stretch it, clip it, and then I'll cut it. I'll kind of see where I want it first. Okay, good, Sherry. That's what I thought. Last time I put it through the pocket, but like I said, last time I didn't do the binding method. I did the non-binding method, and so I thought, wait a minute, did I miss the boat here? Okay, just like that. Okay, we're just going to put, once again, I'm just going to put all 4 sides on. That did work to just go right sides to right sides. Wait, this way. And then I'll just fold it over. And clip it. Hi, Susan. I just love your takeover videos. You have improved in bag making skills. Hopefully I can become a great bag maker like you and your sister. Well, I think, Rosa, that's very sweet of you to say. And honestly, you guys saw how I started. If I can do this, honestly, anyone can do it. You really can. Just be afraid, or not, don't be afraid to make a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? Okay. It's okay. I said be afraid. Don't be afraid. You can do it. Wait. There it is. Yeah, Kat's right. There's just so many YouTube videos and you just watch all the different people. Everyone's so different. I'll be honest, I never watched any of them until I had to do a video for Siah. And then I was like, oh, fine. I'll watch a video because I can't figure this out. And I was like, Siah, I watched her video. It was really good. She's like, gee, thanks. But then I started looking up a few other videos. And everyone's style and production method is so different. You can learn from everyone. And find out what works for you. One, two, three, and Numero 4 coming up. All right. Now we're in the home stretch. It's happening. We're going to sew these bindings just down a straight line, which makes it nice. If I was, I'll be honest, I do kind of want to change out my thread so it doesn't look messy. Would you guys hate me if I took a moment to change out my thread color? Because if it matched and my binding stitch, how wide is your fold over? Let's see. It is 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay. Thank you guys. I wasn't going to because of time. I know in a video you got to kind of like get through it, but I'm looking at this bag realizing I love it and everything looks really good on it. And if the binding looks junky, it's going to bother me. I actually don't know if I have the same. That looks like it matches. Right? It might be slightly lighter. I can't tell. Let's do it. Okay. Take that dude off. Close enough for government work. I love that. That's right. Nope, that doesn't match. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a wind bobbin. We'll just talk about life while I wind the bobbin. I realize I don't have one that matches. La la la. What questions do you guys have? I can tell you about my concert. We played Americana music. So the first half was like patriotic music. Second half was music by American composers. You know, Aaron Copland, George Gershwin, John Williams, and then a couple others that you probably don't know. Including this one man named Jeremy Woolstenhume, who I've known for years. He used to teach in the same school district as me. Now he teaches in Georgia. He's an incredible orchestra director and a cellist. Anyways, he's become quite the prolific composer. So we played one of his pieces too. And the crowd loved it. We even played Rhapsody in Blue. Wait, what did I do wrong? What's happening? Oh, never mind. Got it. I can do this for a minute. Thank you, Siah. I'm changing my thread so it can match my binding. Because the binding doesn't match the material. But the thread matches the material. So now I'm going to put thread to match the binding, which matches this material. right. That's going to be, ooh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me do that, everyone. That's just going to be tasty. Do you think the binding method is easier? Well, now that I'm doing both, I think they both have their pros and cons. The boxing method was, there was a trick to it for sure. But I would say they're about the same. I did the binding method for this one because I'm using the wool and the Luxe. Both are a little bit heftier. And I just thought maybe she had said if it's thicker material, do the binding method. So that's why I did it. Maybe I could have done the non-binding method on this, but it's kind of nice to try both. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Here we go. Matchy, matchy. This corner part that's a little funky. What can I do to get pretty corners on this, I wonder? All right. Wish me luck. Oh, wish me luck. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so glad I switched threads. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. I missed a spot. So I'm just going to go over this one area. But since it's matching threads, it's totally fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Won't change a thing. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nopey, nopey, nope. Lop, boo doo doo. Doo doo doo. Lop, beep, bop, beep, ba dee doo. I got it. Okay. Next. Well, the edges of the binding are not the best. However, I don't think it's going to matter. I'm really, really glad I switched out those reds. Okay. 2 more? Okay, I should look up. I haven't been looking up. Mojo. Oh no, they got more braces. Dang it. Siah. I don't want Marcus to have more braces. He needs to play his saxophone. Poor guys. Fran, you haven't missed everything. You're here for the best moment. We're finishing it up. It's the best part. You saved yourself of 2.5 hours of all the parts that lead up to the best part. You know, 2.5 hours, I think that's what it took me to make my first pencil pouch. So that's not bad. Or the boxy bag or something, I don't remember. Just trying to make sure that the bottom likes to slip a little bit. Is that the last side? Oh my goodness. I finally figured out how to do the corners on that last one. Took me 4 sides to do it. But we got it. Okay. The moment we've all been waiting for. This is our big moment to turn and burn. And put the base in. And stitch up the pocket. We're just going to slip this in the base. Okay, so now I can actually turn it out, the main part. I don't have to go out through the pocket this time. Only have to do that when you turn it the first time. Oh, she pretty. She ready. Ooh. Okay. Yes, it's wax canvas on the bottom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to stick this inside this pocket, the zipper pocket that we didn't finish up, okay? And we're going to stick it in here. And you're just going to kind of like feel and get it centered the best you can. Make faces if you need to. Like, keeps wanting to not go where I want it to. Sorry. Awkward. Oh, there we go. I'll poke those corners out a little bit. Oh my goodness. I mean, in theory, you just slip it in there. But it keeps getting sucked up with the lining and wanting to move. Almost. Almost. I don't want wrinkles in it. There we go. There we go. Okay, now it's just in here. Okay. All right, then let's just sew this pocket up real quick. Whomever you get that to will be an awe and proudly carry that beauty around. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I got this is, I mean, the fabric. Forget about it. Whew. This wool is so pretty. I didn't even know I needed it. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know I wanted it. Now I know. All right, let's just sew. Oh, well, that's convenient. The thread that we switched out for the binding matches this pocket perfectly. It was meant to be. All right. Sorry, I did change the camera again, but my pocket's just weird. Let me see. I was trying to be lazy and not clip it, but it's just, I don't want to mess up the very last step. So I am going to clip it real quick. I don't want a funky pocket, guys. I know the camera angle is not the best, but this is the last step. Then we'll put our strap on it. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to push this pocket in, and I'm just going to get my hand in here and make sure everything is, oops, I do have one love pucker. That's okay. Oh, that material. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Should we put our strap on it? Strap. Strap. Can you see it at all? I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, that's it. There she is. There she be. Wow. Country Cow, you did it. You made a beautiful pattern. Look at that. That was a fun make too. So wax canvas, Pendleton wool, which is very scary to cut into, I won't lie. Webbing, luxe in the interior. That's it. That's the bag. Thank you for being here with me. I'm just going to stare at my bag for a while because I cannot believe I made that. Can you guys believe that? It looks so beautiful. Teddy, do you like it? Do you like my bag? So here's the other one. And here's this one. And I have one more cut out. So I'll probably make one more. So that's it. I guess I'm going to go have some lunch. Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Wow. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I can give it away, but maybe I can. Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. And hopefully you have a fantastic Thanksgiving with your families. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Peace out.